It is a Friday, a happy one. I don't know. We'll see. As all of you are waking up and seeing some snowfall pretty much in our entire area. Now, that is what was predicted. However, it is the timing of this that is pretty horrible for all of you heading out to work. So, again, if you are just hearing this, and we're going to meet with our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, in just a second, you might want to reconsider heading out. I'm hearing accidents all over the place. And the problem is, although we had more snow and ice and sleet and all that earlier in the week, a lot of you were already making plans to stay home, the kids off school, etc. I'm hoping a lot of the school districts have canceled, or maybe they're going in later, but I'm hoping canceled because, again, accidents galore. We obviously have problems with school buses trying to get into some of the roads, inexperienced drivers, all those things make for a bad Friday morning. And we don't want that for you. So we want you to head into the weekend safely. We'll be doing some news you can use. We didn't get a chance to do that yesterday as we were out doing our live broadcast with Heat Up St. Louis. Hope you saw that. If not, please go back and watch it. It's very impactful of what that organization is able to do. And obviously right now, very needed. We are going to talk about the wildfires in California. We didn't get a chance to talk about that yesterday. Ameren bills going up. You're going to want to hear about that. And I've got a lot of food news. I'm going to make you hungry this morning before we get into our segment today, which is with the Battlehawks, the St. Louis Battlehawks. Have you seen a football game with them yet? Well, I'll tell you what, 45,000 people is what they're hoping will come to see them play this season. And they did just release the schedule. So we're going to talk with one of the Battlehawks and one of the guys that represents about 10 of them as he talks about his entrepreneurial spirit leaving Mizzou. And I love the passion in that. That's all coming up for you this morning on The Real Monica Adams Show. I'm your host, Monica Adams, and our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore, handles your weather.
Woo! Look at that 5-day stretch of really warm temperatures. It's definitely going to be a great weekend.
And I know a lot of you are probably saying just what we call this segment. What the weather? Enough with the snow. But this guy's not going to say that. He is my snow-loving meteorologist. Good morning, Beckett.
Good morning. How are you?
I am good. So I told you I got up this morning. It was about 2:30 and let the dogs out, and I didn't see anything out there. So I was hopeful that we weren't going to get what was predicted. Now I just put them out again, and I was like, okay, never mind. It's falling. So we are hearing of a lot of accidents. If you're outside of Missouri and Illinois, again, let us know where you're watching from, and please paint a picture of something warmer maybe wherever you are. If you are in our area, this is some of the stuff that you need to know. So I had heard maybe 2 to 4. What are you thinking, Beckett?
Right now it's looking like snow still to come, 1 to 3 inches, but overall, yeah, around 1 to 4, 2 to 4 inches.
Okay, and that was all about the timing, of course. Now, is there a winter storm warning more to the south of us?
Yes, in the southern counties, as you head towards Reynolds County, Iron County, really south of St. Louis, that's where we do have a winter storm warning. But here in St. Louis, it's just a winter weather advisory for those few inches we're expecting.
But again, it's all about the timing, right? So all these people heading off to work. Are you seeing a lot of schools closed already?
Yes, I did look at that, and a lot of them are closed.
Well, that's smart. Again, this, though, is on top of what we had earlier. Now, I was telling a bunch of friends, Beckett, it took us a good probably 2 hours, but it was on top of my husband doing it the day before. Our driveway was just packed with ice. Our sweet neighbor came over with his four-wheeler, tried to take the snow off, and he's like, okay, I did all I can, but you've got a good 2-3 inches of solid ice. So some people are still dealing with that as they see the snowfall on top of it again, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we had the same thing here. Probably not as bad since we were a little farther north, but there's that thin layer of sleet, and it's really hard to shovel.
It absolutely is. We were like, cut, and then remove.
That's what we were
All
doing.
right. Exactly. So what we're looking for is, are we going to get a break after today? So let's let Beckett take it over with your What the Weather segment.
Yeah, so looking at the current conditions right now, we're sitting around 30 degrees there at 29, dew point at 25, so definitely going to be seeing some snow, and you can see that right there, some snowfall pretty much for the entire area right now. Light to moderate, could see heavy pockets at times, but not much. It's going to mostly be light to moderate and getting more light as we head throughout the day. Now, looking at a couple traffic cams, you can see this is 64 at Kings Highway, partially covered, likely pretty slushy out there. So if you don't have to go in today to work, if you can stay home, do that. If you have to, take it slow out there, use extreme caution. Here's I-44 at Hampton, a little better, but still slick. And again, these conditions can change as we continue to see snow falling throughout the morning commute. And then I-64 at Oakland, you can see this exit ramp right here, or this on-ramp, I think right there, is also snow covered. Maybe those interstates aren't, but all the other roads are starting to become snow covered. So it's going to be a very slick morning out there. That's why I encourage you not to go out. Now, looking at the snowfall forecast for St. Louis, I have around 2 to 3 inches in the St. Louis area. As you head south towards southern Jefferson County into St. Genevieve County, towards Farmington, all the way down through Poplar Bluff, that's where you could see anywhere from 3 to 6 inches. Some localized spots could see even more. And then north of St. Louis, towards Lincoln, Pike, Rawls County there, that's where we're expecting anywhere from less than an inch to possibly 2 inches in some areas. So it's a small snow event, but you got to remember these small snow events are where we see the most crashes, like Monica was talking about. So if you can, please do not go out on those roadways. It's very slick out there. And then our hour by hour, again, as we head throughout the day, we're going to continue to see that snow tapering off as we head into the mid-afternoon, around 1 to 3 time frame. That's when it'll be tapering off, but snowing light to moderate, heavy at times all the way through noon. And then finally, looking at the 7-day outlook, 33 is our high today with snowfall through the mid-afternoon. Low of 29, 35 tomorrow with some sunshine. A lot of snow is likely going to melt tomorrow. And then heading into next week, we do cool down again, another blast of cold air. And I think we'll continue to see these with lows getting down towards 10, 18 in the teens, and those highs back in the 20s.
Nice to see that we're not having a mention of snow for the next several days after this, because I think everybody needs a break. And again, this will be here for a little while, not going to completely melt on you. Have you gone out sledding anywhere outside of, obviously, when you did it in Hannibal?
Yeah, so I did go sledding at Babbler State Park. They have a pretty good hill there.
Well, we yesterday, after we wrapped up our Heat Up St. Louis broadcast, we drove by Art Hill, and I was shocked that there was only one person out there. And I'm like, well, maybe it's too early. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, maybe.
But have you sledded there before?
Yes, I have. It's pretty awesome.
So fun. Okay, I'm going to give you one. For those of you that live in North County, do me a favor. Let me know if it's still there, because we all think back to our youth when you were in grade school, or if you're a teenager like Beckett is, and you think, where did you go? Do me a favor, start dropping in comments. There was a place called Killer Hill, Beckett, that I need you to look up. That's in North County. I think you and I should go out there sledding sometime. Next time there's a big snowfall.
That sounds great.
That would be fun. And we'll put that on your new What the Weather promo.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you. Be safe, and we will see you on Monday morning.
You too. See you then.
All right, that's Beckett Moore. Please follow him on X and on YouTube for his incredible weather reports. He was reporting yesterday, letting everybody know, not just here. Again, he does an incredible job of showcasing what's going on throughout the United States. And we're talking about snow, obviously, here, but the devastation continues with the wildfires out west. I know you've probably seen this move on your feeds, or you've been looking this up, or maybe if you do catch the news from time to time, you've been seeing these. It's just absolutely devastating to see. We're talking about billions of dollars of damage, at least 10 dead now, and whole neighborhoods. Wrap your brain around that. Entire neighborhoods have been destroyed as distraught residents flee. Some people stayed. They didn't want to. They were trying to stay with their homes, and then were using their own hoses from their house trying to take care of the fire, because again, you've got these firefighters that is just trying to be spread throughout neighborhoods. Hot embers, they're saying, were raining down. That was from a U.S. swimmer, Gary Hall Jr. He told CNN he lost 10 Olympic medals in the wildfire. He thought, a lot of them are saying, I thought I had more time to get out. The fire crews are bracing for more gusty winds, unfortunately, today. And that whipped flames and embers across LA, making again, how much more difficult it is for them. So they're battling the fires already, but then these gusty conditions make it even worse. It's expected to continue this afternoon into the fire zone. At least they said when we stay and start off the day, the winds will be coming from a more northerly direction. But as they go through the day, it's going to be shifting. And just looking through some of the celebrities, Billy Crystal, Mandy Moore, I saw let's see, I think it was Anthony Hopkins, Tom Hanks. I mean, the list goes on and on. But again, please pray for all of them. What I found to be really unfortunate is what I saw on social media and people saying, burn LA, burn. Where does that come from? I mean, deep down inside of you, you're that negative to be so frustrated with what you think is the elite of Hollywood. And I saw people saying, whatever, they have millions, they'll build again. That's what insurance is for. Just such horrible, vicious, ugly, angry people making those kind of comments. And I found it very unfortunate. But again, pray 10 dead and just billions, we're not saying million, billions of dollars of damage and entire neighborhoods wiped out. And it's unfortunately not done anytime soon. As you're watching our show, please feel free to comment. I'll go back and look at your comments. And if you have any questions, again, let us know where you're watching from. We are on multiple platforms for you: Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, X, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And I always ask you, if there is a platform that we're not on that you would like for us to be on, please let me do so. Please let me know. Good morning, coming down hard now in Bloomsdale, Julie says over on Instagram. And I think a few of you this morning said that you saw it coming down in your area as well. Some people said they had about an inch, I think, on X. Let's see. Good morning. Not too good, Linda says. No more snow wishes. Julie, yes. Julie said we have over an inch already in Chesterfield. So trying to heat up your homes. We mentioned that yesterday, and now Missourians could see Ameren bills. This is not good news for you. Go up by 15%. 15%. And customers are asking to testify now at a price hike hearing. Ameren is saying it's a proposed 15% price increase, and it would help the company improve the system upgrades across the network. Well, that's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be improved. They say they're making a point to do just that. What they said, where we're making these investments, we're seeing fewer outages and faster restoration. If this proposal goes through, customers would see their bills go up by $15 to $20. Not everyone's in for the change. Of course, people are weighing in. Missouri and Illinois both have laws restricting Ameren from disconnecting service during the winter months, and that's good for what we heard yesterday with Heat Up St. Louis. If you get in a bind, though, remember to call immediately. That was the thing that we talked about yesterday that could be extremely dangerous if people get those disconnected, and then what are they left to do? All right, coffee drinkers, listen up. This story is for you. Here is when you should be drinking coffee to get the best benefits. If you want to enjoy the benefits of coffee, look at the clock the next time you reach for a cup. In fact, you might want to go and get it right now. A new study published in the European Heart Journal suggests that the time you grab that cup of joe determines if you actually reap the benefits, like lower risks of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, premature death. According to this study, ready? People who drink coffee between 4 a.m. and noon enjoy all its health benefits, but those who drink coffee during other parts of the day did not see any whatsoever. Now, this is the first study testing coffee drinking timing patterns and health outcomes. Their findings indicate that it's not just whether you drink coffee or how much you drink, but it's the time of day when you drink that coffee that's very important. Compared with people who aren't coffee drinkers, having coffee only in the morning was associated with a 16% lower risk of premature death from any cause, and then a 31% lower risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. So, just want to pass that along to you. Again, you might want to just consider the timing of when you are drinking your coffee. A couple of closings and a couple of this is coming now. Well, if you are a Dewey's Pizza fan and you live in the city, this one's for you. A new location is coming off Hampton, and it will be their first ever carry-out only stop in St. Louis City. It's also going to serve as a spot where they can test brand new items in the St. Louis area. The grand opening is set to take place in February. So if you are a fan of Dewey's Pizza and you're traveling around in the city and you're like, hey, I want to go pick up a Dewey's, well, you can do so in St. Louis very, very soon. Again, coming to you right there off of Hampton. I know our friend Brian McKenna is probably happy with that. He lives right there over by Francis Park. And Cracker Barrel, this one's from my hubby. Cracker Barrel announcing some new menu items and the return of some fan favorites to start off the year, okay? Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, not just for their food, but for their shopping as well. I've actually gotten a few items there, and people have complimented me on some of the clothes I was wearing. And they're like, where'd you get that? And I said, you'll never guess. CVS. And they're like, naming all these different department stores. And I'm like, nope, Cracker Barrel. Yep. I've gotten CDs there. I've gotten other little trinkets for like Christmas gifts. I love Cracker Barrel. And my hubby is like a fan. He would go there every day if he could. The country themed restaurant chain has announced several new menu items that include crispy tender dippers. Oh, don't those look good? But they also have a very saucy sandwich that's going to be there for you as well. A signature saucy chicken sandwich and chicken and dumpling soup. The new crispy tender dippers, by the way, will offer a combination of hand-breaded chicken along with customizable sauces and sides. Customers can also spice up their dippers with a new Nashville hot sauce. It's interesting how many people are talking about putting chicken tenders or something like that on their menu. Taco Bell just did that. And I was like, okay, again, it's kind of a disconnect because to me, you're thinking of Taco Bell for Mexican, but they're trying to tap in on this market as well. According to the chief marketing officer, they said our spicy twist on a Tennessee classic inspired by 55 years of tradition. You can turn up the heat and bring some country style warmth to those chilly winter days. And another all new dish being offered is a signature saucy chicken sandwich featuring a hand breaded chicken sandwich. I know a lot of you are like, Monica, does a trainer want us to eat bread? Again, moderation. It's served on a toasted buttermilk bun with pickles, mayonnaise, one of the Cracker Barrel signature sauces. And then this chicken and dumpling soup that you're seeing, it will have home-style dumplings, shredded chicken, celery, carrots, and onions in a savory broth, also available at locations nationwide. Additionally, customers will be able to enjoy some of their favorite dishes with early dinner deals starting at $8.99 Monday through Friday from 4 to 6, a sunrise pancake special available daily starting at $7.99, and a sparkling sugar plum mimosa. Way to go, Cracker Barrel, bringing more and more and more in. I got to say, they do have some of the friendliest people around that truly I have ever seen. And then this one I don't think was a surprise. If you have driven by South County Center anytime in the last, I don't know, couple weeks or so, Macy's South County Center is closing, and I'm worried about what's going to take place, in that area, because that's one of the things that my husband has been saying. He said, if Macy's closes, because you've got, that is your staple, then what's going to happen to the rest of the mall? And, I think that's a true concern. Would you not think so? So again, if you have been in the area, you've probably seen Macy's is closing. The store closing announcement, by the way, was posted on their website, and it announces that shoppers will still be able to shop at Macy's West County Center and other locations throughout St. Louis. But the timing of the exact closure has not been announced just yet. I'm just afraid of yet another mall, aren't you? Afraid of another mall coming to a close like we have seen for so many others. It's interesting, though, because, when I was in news a handful of years ago, we were talking about kind of the demise of malls. But then I saw this resurgence of people literally packing West County parking lot. And I don't know, everybody's funneling in there. So not everybody wants the malls to close. I'm a big fan, as you know, of shopping small business and supporting small business. I like to go to those standalone stores. I like to go into small little towns, go down Main Street in St. Charles, go into Kirkwood or Webster, etc., Cottleville. Let's talk. Tell me, by the way, all the great places to shop on the Illinois side, because I want to give a prop out to them. Or go into other states. Like I tell you to go to Main Street in Franklin, Tennessee, another great place to shop. To me, that is one of my favorites because it reminds you of Bedford Falls in It's a Wonderful Life. But those kind of people, right, they need your help. And not that I want malls to close, but it's just, that's really where everything was moving toward. So not sure, now that you've got this staple closing at South County, what we will see for the entire mall. Still to be seen, right? All right, it is 7:19. Let me tell you about some exciting things that are coming up. If you haven't seen the announcement about what Monday, by the way, we'll be talking with this beautiful lady. And then we're going to do a dance party. So it is the Real Monica Adams dance party that we want you to attend. Now, again, I still haven't announced the date. I had somebody write me yesterday and say, have you settled in on Friday? No. She said, well, what if you did it on Thursday? So I'm telling you, it can be the 29th, the 30th, or the 31st of the end of this month. And we're going to go to this beautiful woman's dance company.
5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2. Bounce and 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2. Face it. Pop over. 5, 6, 7. Go. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6,
Okay, come on. Doesn't that look fun? Do you all know how to dance? Do you want to brush up on some dancing skills? Well, let's do it together. It's going to be with Carmen, the owner of Almas del Ritmo Dance Company. And again, she's going to tell me on Monday if I'm saying that correct. They're located on Park Avenue, and we are going to interview her on Monday. She's going to be on set with me in studio. Carmen will sit down. We'll talk about the love of dance that she and I both share, and I'm hoping a lot of you do as well. But then together, we're going to do a live show. We'll be broadcasting at about 5 o'clock on one of those days. And then afterwards, we're going to stick around and she's going to teach us a 5, 6, 7, 8, right? We're going to dance, dance, dance. Don't be shy and be humble as ever. No one else is looking at you and judging you. I've heard that from men for so many years. Everyone's having fun together. We all have to start from somewhere. And if you don't have the natural, people say, I don't have the natural Latin rhythm movement in my hips. Okay, she can teach some of that and then you grow from there. But you should have fun with this. Dance should be fun. Again, I want to hold it on a day that I know that you all will attend. Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. You've got to weigh in for me. Weigh in on the comments or send me an email, and then we will finalize the date come Monday, and then hope to see a lot of you there. Again, you can come for the broadcast and then stick around for the fun dancing. Everyone, I hope you're having a great start to your day. Let's see. I know how to country line dance, Sean says. Well, Sean, will you come to this? Because we can country line dance as well. If you want, Julie says, I love to dance. I'll come if I can. Again, what you have to let me know is which day works the best for you. Sean says, Ollie's Discount Store is going to be at Old Big Lots in St. Peters, Missouri. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know that. Michelle says, the spicy chicken sandwich looks good. I know. I'm hungry. My stomach is growling. Cracker Barrel, a fan favorite, Kathy says. I love their food in their store. Julie says, I love Cracker Barrel as well. You're right there with my husband. Are you a Dewey's Pizza fan also? Where's your favorite pizza, by the way? Prayers for all in California. My heart breaks more each time I watch the news. I know. Good morning, everyone. Stay safe. Kathleen says the snow is beautiful. It is. I agree. If you don't have to drive in it, I'd love to be a kid and just go out there and sled or go to Hidden Valley and go skiing or tubing or snowboarding. Kathy's praying for California. And Joe, my sister has a house right in the middle of the Altadena fire. No water, no power. Residents are using water from pools, holy cow, to help extinguish the fires from their embers. Yeah, they're trying to do what they can because, again, these firefighters are just spread so thin throughout all the neighborhoods that they're trying to get to. And now looters. I hate to hear that. I saw that. Prayers for Southern California. Good morning, Sean. Billy, I'm over it. Our main roads still aren't clear from the last snow. Holy cow. Okay, Michelle wants to know, Beckett, how she gets an official More Weather hat. She wants to rep your brand. Working from home, Julie says. That's smart. We have over an inch, she said, in Chesterfield. Good morning to each and every one of you, whatever platform you're on this morning. And let me see. Michelle said something about Carrie, one of our big viewers. Let's see. She said she finally made it into work. I guess she had to go into work today. If you have to, again, be very safe. As Luann just said, good morning, be safe. Yeah, it's snowing all throughout the area. Julie says she bowls on Thursday. Okay, well, but Julie, would you come to the dance party on Friday? That's what I want to know. We'll find out. All right, we're going to take our break. When we come back, do you know how about we ask this? Do you know the call of the Battlehawks? And do you do it proudly? Do you do it loudly in the dome? Have you been to a game? All those questions for you. You might get me to do it. I'll let you know. Before we go to the break, it is National Houseplant Appreciation Day. Take care of those babies. National Oysters Rockefeller Day. Save the Eagles Day. They love to fly high above the snow. They look so beautiful and majestic out there, don't they? National Cut Your Energy Cost Day. Those are all the days on the National Day of Calendar. Okay, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk with Travis Feeney and Jack Bishop. So Jack's the one that I met, actually. There you go, Julie. You got the call. Ka-Kaw! When we come back, we're probably going to hear a lot of that. And we're going to talk about Jack. Jack, we used to go to Mizzou, and he had this deep love for sports marketing, etc. But he got into repping athletes. And now I'm just so proud of him. He has his own athlete representation company. I met him at Care St. Louis, and he actually brought one of the Battlehawks on our show already. I hope you remember that. That's a trivia quiz for you, actually. I'm not going to tell you who. We'll see how deep of a viewer you are over the last couple of years. What Battlehawk have we already had on the show? I tell you what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you, how about a $30 gift card for the first person who can tell me And if you won in the last 30 days, you can't win again. First person who can tell me what Battlehawk we've already had on the show, because we have already had one on, I'm going to give you a $30 gift card to Sugar Creek Winery. How's that sound? Okay, that's for you. We'll do a little giveaway today. You never know what we're going to do here on the show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a lot of fun with Jack and Travis when we return.
One of our things we always say is we want everybody to leave with a smile.
Oh, and trust me, they do. I've seen a lot of smiles here today. There's so many levels of why you will love these ladies, but giving back to the community, supporting the community, collaborating with other businesses.
Base pace. Now we give parameters here. Power walkers generally use incline. Yeah, I know.
Go, girls, go!
Because you're not only getting some great local roasted coffee, you're getting good people.
Good people is what it's about. And by the way, that person who turned up their nose, karma is that you know what.
Everyone needs to be kind. And it starts really with the adults. And then it goes down because we're the ones that are instilling this in our children, in our families, and everything thereafter.
We are live on location. And this is the really cool thing. This is exactly what we can do from your business. We call it Mobile Monica. You know, I'm always on the move. Welcome back. All right, football fans, you see it behind me. Big Rams fan, Cardinals fan, and those cleats, who do they belong to? Well, we're going to talk about this. I'm actually going to give you the story of how I met one of the gentlemen that we're going to be talking about today. Can you do the Ka-Kaw? I think I can get better than that. We'll find out just how good you all can do it. Maybe you'll practice at home with your kids, and then we'll see our guest that we're going to have on today, how well they're able to do the call for the Battlehawks as well. So have you been to a Battlehawks game? Have you had a chance maybe to see this gentleman? Travis Feeney is going to be on with us, but we're also going to talk to the guy who I originally started talking about this idea with, and this is Jack Bishop. Jack is actually the founder and the CEO of Bishop Athlete Representation. So he's actually a former football player as well. We're going to talk about all of Jack's background, all of the athletes that he represents, and his overall mission. So Jack and Travis will be my guest as we talk about the St. Louis Battlehawks. They just released, by the way, their schedule. If you didn't get a chance to see that, we'll give you when you can go and see the games. There's going to be 6 home games, by the way. If you have never been to a game, you're going to want to get to one. We'll talk about all of this with Travis and Jack when we return.
Monica's show, it's very informational, but more importantly, inspirational.
People such as myself and others can come out and talk about real issues that are taking place in our communities.
These are amazing, really, really important topics that don't get discussed enough.
It really just promotes people who are making change and doing good in their lives.
And if you're brand new to the show, we are so thrilled to have you. Remember, tell all your friends and family to watch this Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. You never know what topic we're going to discuss or what great human being we're going to spotlight. Today, we're going to talk some football. My dad would be proud of this. First of all, Travis and Jack, great to have you on with me.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so for those who have not been to a Battlehawks game, we're going to tell you, you're missing out big time. Let's give you a little background. First of all, I always love this, Travis. I love to find out just how accurate Wikipedia is. So if you were right now Googling Travis Feeney, you would read that he was born November 18th, 1992, that he's an American professional football linebacker for the Battlehawks of the UFL, that he was selected by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 6th round of the 2016 NFL draft, played college football for University of Washington, has also been a member of the Saints, the Fleet, the Alouettes, the Argonauts, and the Tampa Bay Bandits. Is all of that true?
The Alouettes part is always the false part.
See?
Are the Alouettes.
I love it. I'm glad that we did this because people say, well, if it's there, it's got to be accurate. No, it doesn't.
No.
No. Well, you can tell all those people if they Google my name, I'm a celebrity chef. So
Really, what is your best dish you make?
none of the above. Frozen pizza.
Are you? Can you make a mean hot dog?
Yep.
Throw a pizza in the oven, right?
Anything with instructions on the back is really a hit at the college
Exactly.
department.
You can do it
TV dinner.
TV dinner. Well, let's give this. So this is on his website, so it better be accurate. Jack Bishop is the founder and CEO. Again, Bishop Athlete Representation. He's a former NAIA football player and bringing a wealth of experience to his team. He founded it in 2024 after a year of freelance sports marketing. And I love the picture I showed earlier about Mizzou, M-I-Z.
Yep, ZOU.
There you go. The University of Missouri senior had worked with 16 pro athletes and had secured numerous marketing opportunities for those athletes and built this from the ground up. What made you, first of all, want to do this? Obviously we all get into different realms of what we want in a career, but what made you want to go full force into this? And then, like, one by one, who were your first athletes that you represented?
Yeah, so a long time ago, about 2 years ago, I started doing artwork on my iPad of some of the players. I did some with Travis, Darius, a bunch of other guys. Got in contact with Darius Shepard, and at the time I wanted to be a football coach. And so I was talking to Darius. I'm like, hey, like, do you know any coaches? Could you get me in touch with them? Yada yada yada. And one thing led to another, and then Darius texted me just about a year ago, and was like, hey, I want to do some marketing in St. Louis. And I'm like, well, I've never done anything like that, but I'm a St. Louis native. And I was like, let's see what we can do. So we did card shows. He was on a billboard. And then obviously you met him at KRSTL's gala. Or gala. Yep.
Yep.
And you actually won his cleats that we had custom made for it. And it was
Yep.
it was a ton of fun. We did T-shirt jerseys, and then that's where I kind of got introduced to Travis. Travis, I don't know how we crossed paths. I think it was just kind of by chance. And we started doing T-shirt jerseys of him, Jake Sutherland, and then Darius. Then by about July, I started to have a lot of guys kind of start like texting me and stuff, and I was like, all right, well, I guess I can make this a company. So I made it a company. A few months ago, I won a $2,000 grant from the university, and then
Exactly.
yeah, now we're here, getting ready to go into the season, and hopefully, get you guys a lot of opportunities and have some fun doing it.
Absolutely. So how many athletes do you represent right now?
17, I think, maybe 16. And I think I might be getting somebody new here soon. So everybody else stay tuned for that.
And how many Battlehawks?
I think 10. I think we're at 10 right now. Maybe 9. Yeah, Battlehawks are definitely the most.
Yeah. Go, Travis, go.
Yeah.
Again, we want you to get to a game, so we're going to talk about the schedule just being released, and you're looking at some of the background over the years, and I love this one. When I was putting this together, I watched Travis's face, and he's like, ooh, yeah, because we want to say that regularly the Battlehawks win, right? The Battlehawks win. You want to hear that loud.
Yes.
So I covered sports, Travis, for 12 years in my radio days, and fortunately had a chance to cover this one, which was the Super Bowl when we drove down to Atlanta and the Rams won back in the 99-2000 season. I hope a lot of you had a chance to see that, but got to be friends with a lot of the players over the years. And this town is so amazing. And I hear every athlete say that St. Louis probably has some of the best fans. Following the Cardinals, which this is a helmet. I don't know if you all can see that, but Jim Hart signed that. Dan Deerdorf was on it. Roger Worley's on it. So we go back to the cardiac card days, right? And then Rams. And then all of a sudden, all these wonderful football fans feel so stranded, like, hey, where's our team? We don't have anybody to finally cheer on. And then boom, the UFL, the XFL and the UFL come around, and then it's the Battlehawks. And it was interesting of people saying, I wonder if the fans will come out and if they'll pack. Well, you want to answer what that's like being on the field for people who haven't been yet?
Yeah, whoever questioned it, let me tell you, they never questioned it. Because, I mean, the fans are crazy, like you said. I mean, I'm a Husky. So, I mean, they remind me of Husky fans. They're crazy. They're loud. They love ball. They love the players. I mean, and it's just an experience. This is an experience that anybody in St. Louis needs to experience.
Amen to that. And I really do. And the great thing is that you've got, and it's not one of the most crazy expensive tickets. You've got all these parents who want to bring their kids, and it should be a family function. This, you actually can do just that. And that's what I think you guys should be really proud of.
Yeah. And I mean, and you definitely, like, in this league and as players, especially at St. Louis, we get a given experience that like they don't get from the NFL or other experiences. And you get more interaction with us than you ever would the other players.
You're right. Yeah, it is. It's wonderful to watch. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the St. Louis Battlehawks, and I want you to get to a game. I'm going to talk about the schedule coming up here shortly. But Jack Bishop, who represents about 10 of the Battlehawks, and Travis Feeney are my guest. So, Jack, one of the things that you and I have been talking about over the last year is the amount of charitable work that your players are involved in. That has to make you really proud.
Yeah, I think, giving back to the community is something that is imperative wherever you are in any stage of life. One of the things we've done with Darius was Care STL. Travis was doing some stuff with the American Cancer Society. We're going to work with them again next year. Blake Jackson went and did a speech at the NAMI STL Gala, which is a mental health company or organization in St. Louis. So yeah, I think working with nonprofits and showing that these guys are obviously first-class professional athletes, but they're going to give back to their community and stuff like that is very important. And it also just shows you how great of guys these are because they're willing to do that. They're willing to take time out of their days and their lives to go give back to the community.
Well, trust me, Travis and Jack, and that means a lot to a person that lives here in St. Louis, but as well a fan of all of the different athletes. When we see that extra step, right? It's not this braggadocious ego mindset of, oh, I'm out in the play, I'm out in the field, I'm a professional athlete, I'm not going to do anything for my community. So quickly, that's where your fans will turn away. But then all of a sudden, if we hear, oh, wow, you're tied to, like you said, NAMI, what an incredible organization, or Care STL, which, that's where I met you and Darius. And then, as you just mentioned, Travis, tell me about these pictures. And I know that you have been tied in with the American Cancer Society. Is there someone very close to you that you lost to cancer, or where did this all come about?
So this started in 2013. My mom had lost her best friend to cancer, breast cancer.
I'm sorry.
And then shortly after that, my dad lost one of his sisters and I lost a cousin. So I was like, okay, what can I do in this game to acknowledge my mom's best friend? And it was a Colorado game. And I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna cut a breast cancer ribbon in my head. I remember my homies like, you're gonna do what? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna put a ribbon in my head. I'm gonna spray it. So I had my homie, I cut it. Then I had my homie bleach it and put the dye in it. The first time we almost messed up because it had a lot of white patches. But it doesn't it's the one on the right. That's the USC one. That was another year we messed up. But if you look at
another year we messed up.
Yeah, another year there's white patches because I left the bleach in too long.
How many times have you done it?
Oh, I've been doing it. I've done it every year since 2013. Even on the off season, I've done it. Even when the year in COVID, I did it. I just didn't have a haircut. I just braided it. I braided it and dyed it. So even people would go to the gym and be like, that's pretty cool, man.
I was just going to say, it is. And obviously what happens, what we're doing, it gets people talking, and then it probably tells them to say, thank you for bringing awareness, because that's what we need. We need people to be talking. And then it also allows somebody to say, oh my gosh, and maybe they even start to tear up. Like, hey, I lost somebody. Do you have any stories of people coming up sharing?
Yeah. There's one story I ran into. I was in Target, and this lady, black lady, older black woman was talking to me. She had a bandana on her head. And she just comes to me and she says, can I hug you? I was like, I mean, okay, I guess. Yeah, okay. And I wasn't thinking. I didn't remember that I wasn't even I don't know. I just wasn't thinking about anything. And she was just like, what you're doing is something special. And I was like, oh, what I'm doing? I was like, I was walking in the store. I'm trying to get some groceries. So I'm like, huh? And then she took off her bandana and she was just like, no, what you're doing. And then she she's like, a scar, I'm a survivor. And I was like, oh, snap. Oh, no. This is just giving awareness. She's asking why I did it. And she told me her story and everything. So we were talking in the middle of Target for 30 minutes.
Travis, I know you've not seen my show before, but that is the thing that I end every one of the shows with. And it is, if we can all believe, again, you believe that you could be a professional athlete. Great. As a young kid, believe you can do anything you want to do in this world. But the greatest thing that we can all be is kind. And here it was, this complete stranger, but she saw something in you of you're bringing awareness to something I'm suffering with. And again, it's a beautiful thing that there you were holding each other in a department store.
Yep. Yeah. Nah, it's crazy.
Well, and
Yeah.
it's not just that. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're going to be talking about football, but we're also talking about giving back. So Travis Feeney with the St. Louis Battlehawks and Jack Bishop, again, representing not just Travis, but many other of our wonderful Battlehawks. I mentioned at the beginning of this that I was going to want to hear your best Battlehawk cry. So give it to me, Travis.
Ka-Kaw!
Oh, that was good. Jack?
Jack?
Oh, man. I did a lot of these. All right. Ka-Kaw!
What was that? Come on,
Jack.
Give
Come
me
on,
another.
Jack.
I'll give you one more
All right,
chance.
All right. Ka-Kaw!
Oh, now he's got movement. It's like the bird.
Yeah.
All right. So if I do this, I might get the dogs to start barking, but hang on. Ka-Kaw!
There it is. Yep.
So when I was working for Channel 5, Rennie Knott was my co-anchor, and he would go into every one of the Battlehawk stories, and he would start with that, and we would go, oh, God, here he goes again. Anytime there was a Battlehawk story, we knew he was going to start with that. Do you all, Travis, love hearing that from your fans?
I like it.
There we go. I like it.
I like it because for me, it always it flashes me back to my homie that I played with in 23, my boy Tiny Tupo, because he always started doing that. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna join you, like whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, otherwise, you're just standing there and everybody else is doing it. You feel like a fool, but you're like, never mind. This is the cry of the Battlehawks.
Mm-hmm.
So we mentioned again that Travis is very charitable minded, but besides being involved with American Cancer Society, tell me about your love for dogs.
Oh man, I love dogs. My girl Callie, right there in that picture. Man, I'm big on dogs. I had a dog for 14 years. I had to put her down in 21.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But, I just really love it. I got connected with the SPCA through an event that the UFL did. And after I went to it, I just told them I want to volunteer. And then I volunteered for, about 3 months. I was going off. I even stayed in Texas. I stayed in Texas after the season for about a month and a half after. And I just went about 3 days out of the week when I was there in Texas. And I would just go in all the time. I still talk to them now. I helped them I did phone calls for a fundraiser a couple months back, calling donors and stuff that were donating for the SPCA in Texas and Dallas. I did that. I called about 20 people, 30 calls about that.
Uh-huh.
So it was cool. I still stay connected with them. They still talk to me and message me. They wanted me to come out to a talent show, but I couldn't make it.
I mean, come on. I always think that something's wrong when you don't love these creatures, right? I mean, they give us so much love. They're just big goofballs, and they know when something's wrong with us. They're there for us. They're the greatest cuddle bugs. They're unconditional love. We can learn so much from them. I truly believe that I can't trust people that aren't dog lovers. There's something wrong. Don't you agree?
Right? Yeah. Big time.
Again, Travis Feeney and Jack Bishop are our guests. So, Jack, when you look at what you have formed with these athletes, what are you most proud of? And I know it's still fairly new within this last year, but you've already with what you've done with Darius and Travis and some of the other athletes, you're creating a movement. So, what are you most proud of?
Yeah. So I used to actually work for the Battlehawks. I was one of the guys who ran the flag out of the tunnel, and you would see how the fans would react to the players. Obviously, the fans love the players, but something I had never really seen before in professional sports was the players loving the fans that much.
Yeah.
A lot of people, say the UFL is a second tier league and this, and fans don't care. That's the exact opposite. In my company, it's not about making millions of dollars or anything like that. Rather, it's just about getting these guys out there and we always talk about it in my company is representing the underrepresented. All these guys have great agents, but where I can step in is I can help with that marketing and getting these guys FaceTime in the communities and giving back and getting involved and coming out and doing stuff. And I think that's what I'm most proud of is just, helping these guys do something that maybe they wouldn't have had the opportunity to do beforehand in any of the markets. And I think that's what I really, like the most.
And you are so correct. You know, in the beginning, I remember when we were all hearing, "Oh, XFL, the UFL," and people were like, "Ah, is that real football?" I'm like, "Yes, everything is. I don't care if you are a little league, child that's playing, whether it's baseball, softball, they're playing football, soccer, hockey. I don't care. It's all this dream, and then they're watching these professional athletes, and it doesn't matter." Where they're playing or what level, there are young kids like little sponges watching everything. So Travis, you realize that, right? There's all these young little boys or little girls out there that are like, oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch. I want to be him one day. What does it mean to you to be a role model?
It's big. I mean, there's also pressure in it too, right? Because you always got to be on your P's and Q's. You always got to make sure you're spotlighting your best, which is sometimes hard to do. Sometimes you're emotional, sometimes you're sad, you're angry, and sometimes you don't present your best self. But I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you're able to give a good image of what you represent as a man or what you represent as a professional athlete, I think it's all well. I think I do my best at that to try to give my best. I mean, there's times where I've even had a bad example, where I was emotional, and then I've talked to the kid like, "Hey, nah, what I did was wrong. Don't like look at that as something good." And you have to be able to, as you grow, you got to be able to acknowledge your negatives and then use that as a lesson, not as just a punishment in a way.
Yeah.
And I think that's what last year was one of my things at the
You know
playoff.
what, that's so Travis, that's really powerful because you can have young kids that are told by their parents, hey, don't say this word, or this is a bad word, don't act this way, don't be a bully, don't have an ego, all these things. But yes, we are human beings. Things get away from us. Any of us that were an athlete, you want to always come out on top. You want that one slide that I brought up that says win, right? But someone's got to win and someone's got to lose. And you
Gotta
hope
lose.
right? You hope that you're on the good side of winning. But if it doesn't happen, it's hard because I've been on both sides. I've been the athlete, having a reporter in my face, and then I've been the reporter, and I always had that inside of me of, man, they do not want to talk right now. Why would they? They're not in a good mood. I mean, trust, I will speak on behalf of every reporter. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I understand.
It's hard. So you've got the upcoming season. Again, we were just talking in the news you can use the other day that the schedule has been announced. So the UFL announced its 2025 game schedule with the league's media partners, combining to televise all 43 games, which I love, during the UFL's second season. So it kicks off on Friday, March 28th, 7 p.m. when Fox Sports debuts Fox UFL Friday. It's a new night dedicated to UFL action taking place each Friday during a 10-week regular season. And the matchup features our St. Louis Battlehawks against the Houston Roughnecks. So, Travis, can you kind of give us a little preview of what we can expect with those two teams playing each other?
I mean, all you can expect is it's going to be a good game. It's going to be aggressive. It's going to be hard. Lunch pill. Each team's going to be punching each other. It's about who's going to stand up at the end of the night.
So, looking at the schedule, who would you say is the toughest on it this year?
I look at every opponent as the same. Nobody no different, no less. Every game you just gotta take it one at a time. There's obviously teams I don't like more than others, but at the end of the day, like winning over one team doesn't mean more than winning over another. I want to win every game. We want to win every game. There's definitely bad blood, I'll say, but other than that. Nah, we're just trying to make sure to give St. Louis the best opportunity to win it all and give the fans the best opportunity to get a championship. We kind of slipped up last year, so we need to bring it back.
That I was there towards the end, but again, it's still exciting, and that's that. But it's still, seriously though, Travis, because one of the things that we talked about at the beginning, if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Travis Feeney and Jack Bishop again, is the fact that you are still so accessible to your fans, because we can go to an NFL game and it's just like get back into the tunnel and they're done. You guys even sucking up not being in the greatest mindset, we're still there as the fans wanted the young kids that are there looking at the stars in their eyes, like, hitting their hands and knowing everybody paid good money to come out there, but you're still accessible. And I think that's what really warmed my heart, is that I watched that play out on the field, that it wasn't just we're out of here. And I commend you for that, by the way.
Yeah, I get in trouble all the time. Travis, come back in the locker room. Come back in the locker room. I'm like, I'll be back there. I'll go in there.
But I'm telling you,
this year I might not be out there as much. I want to enjoy the locker room a bit.
The fans appreciate it for sure. So the Battlehawks, by the way, will again play their home games, of course, in the Dome at America Center. They're hosting the first of 6 games this season when San Antonio comes to town. That game is Sunday, April 6th for a 5:30 p.m. kickoff. So look up the schedule and get to a game this year. I loved, Jack and Travis, when I started to hear that the fans showed up and showed up more. And then they opened up the upper bowl, and I'm like, yes. Yep. That was obvious that the fans were craving this.
Yeah. It's an atmosphere. I always tell people it's like a frat party with a football game in the middle.
Good analogy.
And it really is. It is awesome people just coming together to have fun and watch football. Like I said, I was fortunate enough to work for the team for 2 years, run the flag out of the tunnel, and it is truly one of the coolest things ever is to run out of that tunnel. I didn't even play the games. But I mean, like the games I played in were in college in front of like 100 fans. So this is like 45,000 fans, and hopefully they can get 50 this year. I think that'd be great for the league. That would be a blast. It would be really cool.
I see it happening because, again, the cool thing is you've got this town talking, and as somebody goes, it's the word of mouth of, hey, have you been to a Battlehawks game? Like, this is legit.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Travis, tell the fans, what can they do for you to level up, right? All of us, the 45 or 50,000 people out there, what can we do to take it to another level for you?
Man, you could tell a friend, tell another friend to come, tell that friend to come, tell that family member to come, tell that cousin to come. The leveling up, I want to see I want them to do like a full blue out or something. Like they got to do something slick. They got to do some more like everybody comes and wears it. If they have a Star Wars night, everybody got me in Star Wars stuff.
Yes.
If they have the cancer game, everybody's got to wear something. Everybody got to wear something representative of cancer.
Yep.
Something like that. Like
unite.
Focus on what the game night is. Like sometimes I think it gets the message for us. We don't present it out quick enough. But I think just lock in on that. And other than that, just fill the dome.
And be loud.
Fill it to 40. Be loud. Be loud. Win the offense. But defense.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that happens too. And we're like, hey, wait.
We can't hear the call. Shush.
Yeah. And you'll be amazed when, man, if it's you got 30 something thousand in there and they're all yelling, you can't hear nothing.
Yep. Absolutely. Again, if you haven't been to a game, go online, get your tickets. You'll get a chance to see our friend Travis. And Darius has been on the show. So here's what I am going to task you with, Jack. Before this season is over, I want to talk to every one of the Battlehawks you represent. Deal?
All right. Yeah, I can make that happen. I can see what I can do. Yeah.
I want this to be synonymous with the Real Monica Adams show and the Battlehawks, that we just keep saying, what can we do? What can we do to get, we want this to be the winning season. We want Battlehawks win constantly.
Yes.
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 That'd be great.
Gotta get it done this year.
Yes. Well, Travis, you are a pleasure, just as Darius was. I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person, and congratulations to all the success you've had so far. And here's to a winning season.
Oh yeah. And also, I'll as soon as St. Louis.
I'm going to have to just start collecting, and we'll put them up in the studio when I'm back in my studio. We got to get some cleats from Travis Feeney.
Yeah, I got to get a cleat.
Let's work on that, or a ball or something, because we have a whole sports wall that we're building. So we have to get something from Travis. Deal?
Okay, cool. Deal.
Okay. Jack, thank you. It's a pleasure to see you again, and continued success for you and your business. I'm so proud of you. And again, let's go Battlehawks. Ka-Kaw!
Battlehawks.
On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ka-Kaw! Oh, come on, Jack.
Come on, Jack.
Man, I got
Jack, it's the same energy we want from the fans. You got to do it.
I got a secret show my bias. I got guys all across the league. I hope they all
Oh,
do
that's
well.
true.
Oh
Here's what I tell
yeah,
people,
yeah.
So like I've got Luis Perez down in Arlington. I hope he throws for 5 touchdowns against the Battlehawks. I just hope the Battlehawks score 6. So it's kind of
Don't you represent more Battlehawks than other players?
yeah,
Okay,
Well,
then give me a Ka-Kaw louder.
all right, I got you.
I'm
All
just
right,
kidding.
Ka-Kaw.
There it is. All right, you both. Thank you so much. Everybody else, don't go anywhere. I appreciate it. I'll see you all soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun. Okay, nobody knew Darius Shepard was the Battlehawk that we had on the show before. Had you had known that, we would have given you a $30 gift card. So that's still on the table. We are going to give away that maybe on a future show. And we've still got that 4-pack of tickets to go to a wonderful harvest dinner. It would be beautiful to be at a dinner right now and just watching the snowfall. I actually just put a video out of what it looks like at my house. So I encourage you to do that. Hopefully you're home safe and you can just watch it as I am right now out my window. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'll give everybody who loves snow, I'll give it to you. It's pretty. It's just driving in it is what we all hate. So once again, if you do have to head out, please take it slow. There are crews out there trying to do their job again, still trying to remove some of the snow and ice that we had earlier in the week. And we had accident after accident after accident early this morning. So it's the timing of it all. We're right into the morning commute. If you are heading out, just know that Beckett was on with us to kick off the show this morning. Be sure to follow him on YouTube and X throughout the day. I'm sure he'll be reporting for you more, giving you updates on totals. He was saying that he's thinking more in the 1 to 4 inch range. Some of the other meteorologists in town were saying 2 to 4 inches. Again, depends on where you are. The great thing is we're not talking about the mix like we had. That's really been the biggest problem, especially in our area. We had so much ice that's still underneath all that snow. Let's do a quick social media check-in. And this is when you share as we're getting ready to wrap up. Right now, we've got 56 of you on. We've got a big viewership on X. And I love that. Continue to spread the word that we are on YouTube and Facebook and X and Rumble. Instagram doesn't populate on here for some reason, nor does LinkedIn. So I can't see all the people that are watching on there. But I love how you then take the show and you do what we ask, which is to share and send it to everyone that you know. I want to give you an update on something that maybe you haven't heard of yet. Look at this photography. I mean, if you just got engaged or you have someone in your family that did, and they want to look at a really beautiful venue, I want them to look at Stonehouse of St. Charles. They are one of our sponsors right now as they are bringing us to Stonehouse for Galentine's Night. And we're talking about several other things together as well. I love how many of you have told me that you've already purchased your tickets. Now you can scan that QR code, or you can simply go to my website, TheRealMonicaAdams.com, go to the events page, and then go to February 13th. That's Galentine's Day. Stonehouse of St. Charles. It just looks absolutely stunning. I've never been there, but I can't wait to go for the first time. And maybe it's the first time for all of you as well. Thanks to the Young's photo for this gorgeous inside view. Let's go into the Stonehouse and have a blast together. So Galentine's Night, but I also want you to remember them for your couple's night out because they're doing something 3 days in a row. February 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. The girls are all getting together on the 13th. And what is that going to get you when you buy your ticket? Well, you're going to get these really beautiful charcuterie boards and then 2 signature cocktails. Those will come out on some really cool cocktail boards for you. Additional drink options for you. And then you'll have group games and prizes. Overall, it's just going to be a lot of fun and a lot of laughter. So grab your gal pals and reserve a table now. Get a bunch together. You can do a maximum of 10 at a table, by the way. Have you purchased your tickets yet? If so, wonderful. Start telling all of your other friends. If you haven't, then grab those tickets. Again, I really believe it's going to be the Galentine's event in our area. Should be a lot of fun. Well, thank you so much. I hope you had a great time with the show today. Let me end the way we always do, just putting you in a good mood and giving you the devotional. I love that you all have embraced this, and it's been a big part of our show. So on this January 10th, today's Jesus Listens is: please help me learn to appreciate difficult days, being stimulated by the challenges that I encounter rather than becoming distressed. And as I journey through rough terrain with you, I gain confidence from knowing that together, right, a community together, we can handle anything. This knowledge is based on 3 blessings. So what is that? Your presence continually with me, the Bible's precious promises, and my past experiences of coping successfully by depending on you. When I look back on my life, I can see how much you have helped me through difficult days in the past. Yet I easily fall into the trap of thinking, yes, but that was then, and this is now. Instead, I need to remember that through my circumstances, and those change immensely, you remain the same throughout time and eternity. Moreover, in you I live and move and have my being. As I live close to you, aware of your loving presence, I can go confidently through my toughest times. That's right. You're never alone. You know, we've got this incredible community that we've built over the last year and plus, like a year and 3/4. We're coming up on 2 years since we came up with the show right here at my house in April of 2023. And so many of you diehards, and I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You call yourselves Monica's Maniacs, and you come out to every event that we have, and you attend the events from our sponsors, and you go to their stores and you support them. And that's the whole thing. How do we keep small businesses thriving? We support small business. So remember to do that when you hear about our sponsors. Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, by the way, Chuck Gillentine, one of our big sponsors from Defiance Ridge Vineyards. It would be beautiful to have a glass of wine, one of those amazing boards that they have, and sit there and look out in Defiance, Missouri at how stunning the snow is. If you can get there, hopefully they'll be able to clear the roads. Go and see them this weekend. They've got a lot on tap for you. We'll be checking in with Chuck for Wet Your Whistle Wednesday next week. And since they're on alternate Wednesdays, by the way, that gives you an opening. If you would like to sponsor, email me. Come up with a new segment. Medical Monday we came up with. Positive Talk Time, by the way, with Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue comes back in February. I know that is a fan favorite. She will be on with us from February through October, just like she was last year. So another one of our big sponsors. And we've got some behind the scenes things that we're working on to bring others on. Looking for a title sponsor, by the way. Do you know someone who wants the naming rights to our studio, who wants to have testimonials and endorsements, wants regular interviews on the show, wants us to come out to their event? We're looking for that big title sponsor that aligns with our mission. Let me know who that is. And I know there's a lot of amazing corporations in town that would love to be a part of what we're doing. Just reach out to us and let us know who that is. And as I mentioned, on Monday, Carmen from Almas del Ritmo Dance Company, she's on with us. We'll announce the date that day. Again, Julie and everybody else that said, Dot, I know, reached out to me. All of you that have a specific day that you can come, let me know which one that is, and then we will do the show on that. So it's either January 29th, 30th, or 31st, and we're going to do the big dance party. And then Galentine's. Those are the 2 next Mobile Monicas. And then where would you like the next one to be? Okay, come up with those ideas. As we've been mentioning, we will reward you if you have a place that you turned us on to that books us for a Mobile Monica or sponsorship. I'm giving you $150. Come on, get the kids together, get the grandparents and the parents together. All of you, put your thinking caps on and let us know where the next place should be for a Mobile Monica. All right, be careful out there if you are heading out. If not, just sit back, have a roaring fire, have a beautiful start to your day with that cup of coffee you're supposed to be drinking now for your health benefits, or a cup of tea. Have a good breakfast, get a good workout in inside, or bundle up and go for a walk. Bundle up the dogs as well. Put those little shoes on them and put some sweaters on. Just have a beautiful day. And throughout the weekend, try to keep the anger down. Instead, put a smile on your face, say hi to somebody new, and be kind. God bless you all. Have a beautiful weekend.